Hello and welcome to our commentary track for Return of the Jedi, also known as Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. I'm Mike.
I'm Rich.
I'm Jay, and we're doing Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
I thought we were doing Revenge of the Sith.
No.
I've never seen this movie.
What?
This is going to be a horribly awkward commentary.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just pretend.
Okay, I'll pretend I've seen it
There's
before.
some teddy bears and you don't like the teddy bears.
Okay.
And go.
Here's Lord Vader arriving at the partially complete new Death Star.
It's another Death Star.
That's right.
I guess, yeah, should we just mention right off the bat that this is the sign of things to come, this movie, Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
As far as everyone hates the prequels, but you can see glimpses of where this was going all the way back in Return of the Jedi.
Better that way. The things that have come out that came out exactly the way I wanted them to come out have not been very successful.
It's a transitional film.
It is, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, this is certainly the black sheep of the original trilogy, but it's more of a very, very, very light gray sheep, in my opinion.
Really, what the prequels did to me was they kind of redeemed Jedi. It's like after Attack of the Clones, this movie's like Citizen fucking Kane.
Oh, sure.
That's true. We should have talked about the opening title crawl, how the first one was about intergalactic war, the second one also, and this one is everyone's going to save their best friend Han Solo.
Yes, yeah.
Also the Empire's making another Death Star. But they're going to save their best friend.
Everyone has to save their friend.
God, I feel so sorry for all those people who had to work on this kind of stuff for George Lucas.
Oh.
People that are just like, what? You know, like, oh, and I had this wacky song. And I
Yeah.
had this cartoon cockroach singing.
I
La
got a
da
job.
da do da do.
I got a job working for Lucasfilm. I'm going to
Yeah.
do the movie magic. Oh, you want me to do what?
George has been watching Warner Brothers cartoons. He wants me to call up Chuck Jones. What should I do? He's the boss. You can't do anything.
Right, exactly. The story in this is like, with the exception of the Luke Vader Emperor storyline, is just awful.
Well, everything
Yes.
is filler except for the
Everything's
the
filled,
Luke-
yeah. But all the like Jabba the Hutt, you know, the Gamorrean guards, Bib Fortuna, all these characters, this whole sequence is great.
It's great on its own.
Yeah,
But when you realize that the only reason any of this exists is just to get Han out of carbonite so we can get that out of the way,
right.
even though he has nothing to do for the rest of the movie. But this entire opening is so disconnected from... it's tricky because it's almost like after this it becomes a separate movie about Luke and Vader.
Right. Yeah, and then all the other major characters from the previous two films have absolutely nothing to do.
Right. They all have things to do in this opening.
Now, see,
And then once this is done,
Yeah.
nothing.
Here's my thoughts on that. Now, there's nothing magical about having something be a trilogy, right? I mean, 3 parts. It could have been 4 just as easily, right?
Well, originally it was supposed to be 1.
Should rescuing Han and this whole Jabba business have been its own separate movie?
No, because Lucas wanted the varying locations. Unless you have a really complicated plot involving like taking Han to different places.
Tracking Boba Fett, I don't know, whatever. But I mean,
Maybe, yeah, if you expand it, but each one is like epic in their own right. And everyone moves different locations. You know, Empire is Bespin, Dagobah, the Hoth planet. And then this one's more like, I think Lucas described all the movies in terms of like colors. Like the first one's very black and white and harsh. And then this one's more earthy tones, like the sand, the trees, the green, browns, stuff like that.
get no haircut, you must.
Luke, do I have to force you to go to a barber? And he said, yeah, well, do I have to force you to trim your ear hair? And why does that man have his hand up your ass? Is that Frank Oz? Yes, forever sleep. Oh, okay.
Except when I'm a ghost.
Oh, I was coming back to finish my training. Oh, you're just dead now? Okay.
You swung your lightsaber around and killed a bunch of people. You're fine.
Scottish now?
Hey! I don't know.
I came all the way back to Dagobah. Couldn't you have just told me the last time that I was done?
Yeah, it's like...
It's a really long trip. And here's where the movie looks very uncreative and ugly, and they're just in the woods.
Oh, this is the rest of the film, Rich.
I know.
Settle in. Get comfortable.
Yeah, we've had so many like great landscapes and great locations throughout the series, and then I guess it's like they wanted to keep it different every time, you know? And it's like, well, we haven't done a forest.
This is like kids in high school, though, filming in the forest preserve.
Yeah, that's the
you
thing.
Can.
It just looks like a forest.
Hey, these are California redwoods. They're very, very big trees, the biggest on the planet. That's exotic and alien. No, they tried. But yeah, a forest is a little
is just
blah.
not a very interesting location. At least in bringing up The Force Awakens from the trailer, they look to be in a forest, but it's like in the winter, like that adds a little
There's
bit
a winter
to it.
forest, and then there's some kind of tropical, or unless that's, I think that might be Rogue One, where there's like palm trees or some kind of different
I
location
don't
like
even know.
that. And
Why does every alien planet have trees?
why not? I guess they could just digitally paint out matte lines. Should we explain what matte lines are?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Because I was actually watching something before this commentary about they were doing the visual effects for the ending with the all the spaceships flying around.
There's the matte line.
Okay, and then so they'll film a miniature on a blue screen or a green screen, and it flies away from the camera, and it goes the camera goes really far back in the studio, so the green screen gets very small in the frame. So they have to cut around that and composite that over. And what the guy was like, it was like a behind the scenes thing from like 1983 when they made the movie, and he's like we have 64 shots, 64 different elements in this particular shot. It's when the Falcon's flying away, and then all the TIE fighters are shooting at it, and there's all the ships in the background. And he has boxes and boxes of little rolls of film that are about, 2 inches wide, where it's just like, I don't know, 3 seconds.
Yeah.
He's like, we got 64 of these little rolls of film, and we have to put them all together. So I guess if you don't have access to that or all those original elements, it's all been like optically printed down to one film negative.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's why they can't get rid of some of the matte lines. But you'd think they would be able to go in there with a computer and paint it out, or...
Well, why does a matte line happen?
I just explained it. I really wish that they hadn't made the prequels. I mean, I know that goes without saying, but...
Really?
Well, yeah.
I'm delighted they made the prequels because they made the prequels. We can sit here doing this.
Well, I'm just thinking like, here now it's 2015. This was from 1983. This is over 30 years old, and now we get these characters back. When the prequels, that it's been it's almost like fucking 20 years since the Phantom Menace came out.
Yeah, 99.
And so like if they had, I guess okay, I take everything back I'm saying, because George Lucas probably would have made episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Oh,
so
sure.
Yeah.
So you're saying if they didn't have the prequels, we would have gotten more stories with these characters, but they still would have been done by George Lucas, so they would have sucked anyway.
Now they are literally elderly people.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford coming back as Indiana Jones, and Harrison Ford now that he's 75 years old. Oh, sorry, Han Solo and
He will never
Indiana
come back
Jones.
as Harrison Ford.
The
Harrison Ford we know is gone.
But
anyway,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like now they're doing these kind of like callbacks, retro. Let's bring back Indiana Jones. Let's bring back Han Solo, and they're well beyond the age, almost to where it's comical. I mean, Carrie Fisher looks pretty bad in the trailer. It's like, what are they going to do
I'd
with
be
these
worried
characters?
about it if they're not just going to show up and wink and nod, except for maybe just Harrison. But I mean, it's going to be the new cast.
Yeah, it's a passing of the torch kind of thing. So
I hope so. But still, like, I'm glad they're in it. It's not like I don't want them to be in it, but I wish they had done something with them 20 years ago.
sure.
You wish there were another good movie starring these characters when they were in their prime.
When they're prime. Or even a hair beyond their prime, I would have been okay with, but not when they're elderly. It's just sad. Nothing against the elderly. I love the elderly. The only one is Luke. Luke as a wise old
An Obi-Wan type.
Obi-Wan type makes perfect sense. But
Yeah.
Leia and Han, they especially
their
Han,
story is done.
Han's wearing like the same clothes again. It's the same problem with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
It's like the character is no longer there. Harrison Ford in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull should have been exclusively a professor in a university. Well done with being an adventurer running around punching people.
Right.
Can we talk about this scene? I guess this is a commentary, so we should be talking about scenes.
Yeah, this scene. This is where Luke says something like, "I know that's why you couldn't kill me," or something like that, right? Isn't that the line?
Yeah.
Where it's like, in Empire Strikes Back, he was going to fucking kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where is this coming from? He was ruthless. He was relentless. He chopped off his fucking hand, and the only reason he didn't kill him is because Luke jumped.
Yeah. Vader is much less intimidating in this film.
He comes across like a more too much of like a servant,
Right.
to the Emperor.
Right.
Which I understand their relationship. That's great. But this scene in particular, he just comes across like a weenie.
Maybe instead of fucking around with Ewoks, there should have been something setting up a
You need
change of heart for Darth Vader.
Exactly. You need to ramp up to him being more open to, to his relationship with Luke. Here it's just like, I mean, this is the first time they're seeing each other since the fight in Empire.
And it's in an awkward little hallway.
This is another scene that reminds me of the prequels, yeah.
It is kind of awesome, though, that he takes the lightsaber out when his back is turned. That always gave me the shivers.
Like maybe he'll do something.
Like, it's just like Luke has this like one eye on him, like,
Yeah.
oh God, I don't like this. But and that to me added a little bit of intimidation back to Vader, just that moment. But
That's about it, though.
I don't like this location they chose to shoot this scene in
Sure.
at all. And you're right, there needed to be more plot development with the Empire side of things.
Yeah.
It's just, all we know is I guess they're building another Death Star, and here's a little base. Mm-hmm. So what is their grand plan? What is the Emperor's grand plan? What does he want? Nothing. He wants Luke to be his new apprentice because Vader's too old now. Doesn't he say something like that later on? Vader's not going to be around forever, so I need someone new. And not in those exact words, but he says something
Sure.
similar to that. Your father's old, tired. I don't know why I'm not doing my Palpatine voice.
I don't know either.
Saying lines as Palpatine, but whatever. Sounds like an elderly woman. Your father's not going to be around forever. Go back into the tiny elevator. Bye. That was epic. Oh my God!
Han Solo is dead! Oh, he's fine. He's not even surrounded by fire or debris.
He ran 11 feet away. Okay. That oh my God! That explosion was bigger than a continent.
They saw the explosion and they're like, oh my God, we got to cut to a shot of Han Solo standing up.
Everyone's going to think he's dead.
Also, no one bothers to communicate a message up to the Emperor Palpatine that the entire shield generator has been exploded. Beep 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 beep. Excuse me, sir.
Emperor Palpatine is a crazy man who is having fun with his new toy. I wouldn't want to be the guy to interrupt him.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there are generals
Yeah, there's a chain of
who can
command.
probably handle these things.
Okay, I mean, you're right. Yeah, I guess he said, "Don't disturb me," or guards leave. He made the red guards leave.
Yeah.
So he has a little "Do Not Disturb" sign on his door.
I'm doing private business up here.
Well, everyone, thank you for listening to our commentary track on Return of the Jedi. Have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.